You meet a man and you're really, really excited about him. Maybe you're texting back and forth. Maybe you called each other. Maybe you met each other once or twice or something like that. And then all of a sudden you're supposed to meet up one day. But last minute, he contacts you and tells you that he can't go. What do you do? What do you do that makes him see you as a high-value woman, a woman that he wants to continue to pursue and chase and be with and feel like you're amazing and valuable and that you're exactly the kind of woman that he wants to be with? That's what I'm going to be talking about today. Hello, my name is Matthew Coast, and welcome to Commitment Connection. In this video today, we're going to be talking about what to do and what not to do when a guy flakes on you for a date. And so there's a lot of confusion about this. I'm going to give you a text message in this video about exactly what to say to a man when he does this. And I need to give you some context for this, right? Because I know a lot of women are going to be like, just give me the text message, Matt. Just give me the text. What was the text message? But if you don't have context to this, you can actually screw it up really, really easily. And so if you don't want to screw this up, make sure you watch this entire video. So why do men do this? Why would a guy message you last minute and tell you that he can't come and see you? So it could be something completely legitimate, right? So it could be like something with work or something with family, something that needs to take priority over meeting up with you. And it's an honest thing. And he's just like, I got to go and do this. And it's a problem. And I'm really sorry, but I have to go and flake on you right now. It doesn't make you feel any better, right? Because you feel disrespected. You're like, oh, this is last minute. Like, how could you do this to me? I'm so angry with you. Why would you do this to me? You must not love me and think that I'm special and unique and a snowflake, right? Could be, maybe not. Who knows, right? It doesn't change how you feel, even if it's a legitimate thing. Another reason is that he could have gotten cold feet, right? Like, a lot of women think that guys are like these confidence machines that just go after whatever they want. They're like, I see what I want and I shall go, right? But that's totally far from the truth, right? Guys have insecurities. Guys get scared. Guys get stupid. Guys come up with all kinds of emotional reasons not to do things. Guys have insecurities. Guys have past trauma. Guys have all kinds of stuff. And so you have to consider that as well. Another reason could be that he's actually testing to see what you might do because he's experienced this in the past where he thought things were going really, really great with a woman. And then when something bad happened, she like lost her mind and went crazy. And he was like, wow, I had no idea that she was like that. And so some guys will test women by flaking on them. Believe it or not, women do this as well. So don't attack and get angry at men for doing it. Just happens. It's one of those things that happen. Another reason why he might do it is that he got some bad dating advice, right? There's some really just garbage dating advice out there about that recommends that you do this in order to gain power and get control over another person and the situation that you're in. And that is horrible, garbage advice. Can it work short term? Absolutely. Is it going to work long term? Absolutely not, because it's just going to create resentment, and you're going to probably do other things like this in the future, and he's going to figure it out, and then ultimately you're going to be in this game-playing war against each other, and it's just going to be painful and horrible and absolutely bad. All right, so let's talk about what not to do. So I was just talking about why guys do this sometimes, and there's a bunch of different reasons. Ultimately, it does kind of matter, but you're not going to find out right now. And so what do you want to make sure that you don't do if you want some kind of potential thing with this guy, right? So if you don't want something with this guy, obviously you can do whatever you want to, although there are things I don't suggest you do, even if you don't want anything with him, because you don't want to continue to hurt people or get revenge on other people. You want to be a strong, mature, adult human being. Like, ultimately, at least I hope so. I mean, there's definitely some petty stuff going on out there. my suggestion is you act like an adult. So what do you not do? The first thing that you don't want to do if you want to potentially have something with this guy long term is you don't want to tell him off, right? You don't want to attack him. You don't want to tell him how bad he is or how screwed up he is or how much he screwed up or, how he's a jerk or how he doesn't respect you or how he needs to learn how to respect women or whatever, right? You don't want to do that because what that does is it tells him, and it tells his subconscious mind, right? What you're doing. Whenever I look at what's going on in different situations, I say, what's the deeper communication that's going on here? What's the deeper meaning that this communication has when you have it, right? And what this means, if you freak out and get angry and you tell him off, what it does is it tells him that he's got power and control over you. And power and control over somebody else, when it's a lot of power and control, is not attractive, right? The more, in the beginning, there's actually a power dynamic in relationships. I talk about this in my Make Him Want You program. And when you have more power than the other person, if you have way more power than the other person, you're not attracted to that person. And that other person is going to be really attracted to you. And you want to have somewhat of an equal power dynamic in a relationship. You want to have a little bit more, especially until you're in a committed relationship. That way he's striving and pursuing and chasing and investing and doing all these things in order to win you over. But if you start telling him off, what it communicates is that he's controlling you. And what that means is that he has the power. And what he does controls how you think, how you feel, and what you're going to do. And you don't want to give off that impression because it'll make him feel less attracted to you. And so the second thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to respond right away. So what you want to do is give a little bit of space, and there's a few different reasons for that, right? If he messages you and he's like, "Hey, sorry, I can't be there. I have this thing with work," or whatever he says, right? Just don't even respond. Just give it some time, give it a couple hours, and just take some time to, one, if you're like angry and you're triggered by it, just take some time to like relax and let go and maybe express yourself or whatever without communicating with him, because there's a couple different reasons why you want to do this. And one of the reasons is that you don't want to end up telling him off or giving him all the power or any of that kind of stuff. The second reason is that it keeps him kind of questioning like what's going on. Right? So if you're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that, like, why are you doing that?" Right? He knows what's going on. Or even if you're like, "Hey, I don't, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's totally cool. It's fine." Right? You don't want to do that either. Right? You don't want to do either one of those things. Instead, you just want to pull back and just take a little bit of time and let him question what you're doing and what's going on with you and what you're thinking and all that kind of stuff, right? Because that mystery will actually create a lot of attraction for him. In his mind, he's going to be like, "Oh, does she not like me anymore? Is she mad at me? Is she gonna want to see me again? Like, did I just screw up? Am I never going to be able to see this woman again? Like, what's going on here?" Right? You want him to be in that space because he's starting to question it and he's starting to go, "Okay, maybe I need to make this up to her. Maybe I need to, show her that I do like her and that I, apologize and let her know that I screwed up," and all that kind of stuff. And so you want to just not say anything for a little bit. And then the third thing that you don't want to do is try to talk to him about it over text or over the phone. So you don't want to try to have a conversation about what's going on and, how it made you feel and all that kind of stuff. Don't do any of that at all, right? Just don't do it over text or over the phone. You can do it when you guys meet up in person, but you don't want to do it as the first thing that you talk about when you meet up in person. Instead, you want to give it a little bit of time so that you're in the conversation, so he's feeling connected to you, so he's having a good time, so he's remembering all the great things about you and how much of a high value, amazing, special, and different woman you are, so that when you do have that conversation with him about it, he's like, "Oh man, you know what? I screwed up and I'm really sorry about that. And I know it hurt your feelings," or whatever, right? And so you can communicate that once you're in the situation and you're in kind of the middle of a conversation and you don't want to do it at the beginning and you don't want to do it over text or over the phone. And so what do you text him, right? So he let you know that he's going to be late and that he's not going to be there and that there's other things going on and whatever. And you've given him some time. What do you then send to him? And here's the text message that I recommend that you send when a guy flakes on you. Here's what you say. You say, so how are you going to make it up to me? Question mark, and then you put a smiley face, right? And so what does this text message communicate, right? This text message communicates a whole bunch of things. One, it communicates that he doesn't have power over you, that you're, from one standpoint, that you're not totally hot and bothered and angry and, crazy and whatever over the fact that he flaked on you, right? Which is what most women will do. Most women are going to freak out and lose their minds. And you're different. You're a forever woman. And so you're going to be doing something a little bit different here, right? And you're communicating something completely different. One is that he doesn't have power over you. The second thing that this communicates is that you're a high value woman, right? It says, hey, I am a woman of value. And, if you want to hang out with me again, you need to earn it, right? You need to prove that you should be able to hang out with me again. You need to invest, you need to make effort in order to hang out with me again. And it doesn't necessarily need to be something big, right? Like when you're talking about him making it up to you, it could be something small. It could be anything, really. What you want him to do is start investing. What you want him to do is start falling into your frame, right? Your frame. I talk about this in the Love Frames Toolkit. You want him to fall into your frame. And what is your frame? Your frame is that I'm a high value woman, that I'm valuable, and I'm qualifying you, and I'm figuring out whether you're the right guy for me or not. And it's subcommunicating that you screwed up a little bit, right? And in order to win me over, you're going to have to do something. And like I said, it doesn't have to be something super crazy, right? You're the prize that he's trying to win over, though. And that's what you're communicating. You're communicating all the right things with this text message. And like I said, most women will never send a guy a text message like this when the guy flakes, right? They'll either, one, chew him out, or they will, two, be like, oh, it's no big deal. You still want to hang out with me, don't you? Please, please, please let us hang out. I like you so much. Please hang out with me. I don't care if you flaked, right? Which are both really low quality, low value ways to communicate. Instead, you're like, so how are you going to make it up to me? Smiley face, right? And basically you're just like, you're having fun, right? You're having fun. You're being playful. You're connecting. You're also telling him that it's possible for him to still hang out with you again if he plays his cards right. So let me go back over what I just said here. So let's see. So when he flakes on you, men do this because it could be something legitimate. It could be that he got cold feet. It could be that he's testing you, and it could be some bad dating advice. Ultimately, you're not going to figure that out in this situation. You might be able to figure it out later on, right? Because what you're really looking for with guys like this, to find out if a guy's right or if a guy's wrong or any of that kind of stuff, is to look for patterns, right? What kind of patterns exist in his dating life? What's happening? What does his past relationships look like? What do his current relationships look like? How does he talk about other people in his life? How does he talk about exes? How does he talk about you? How does he talk about his friends, right? All those patterns will tell you about what your relationship is going to end up looking like with him. And so you want to ask him questions about those kinds of things. And you're not going to find out what he's doing. If this is a new relationship and you guys have only been seeing each other for a couple weeks or maybe a month or something like that, you're not going to figure that out yet. You have to have more time, right, to really figure that out. What not to do, don't tell him off. Don't respond right away. Give him a couple hours before you respond. Make sure you get into a grounded, calm, centered place. Come from your feminine energy. Strengthen yourself. Get connected to the earth or whatever you're into getting connected to. Get yourself grounded and then send him the text message after that. Don't try to talk to him about it over the phone or over text message because it's just going to come off the wrong way, and he'll probably it might turn him off. And instead, what you want to do is connect with him first, and then tell him how you feel. So wait until you guys have met up, and then have a conversation about it. And then the text message is, so how are you going to make it up to me? ? Smiley face. That's what you're doing here.